we go. Okay, so I should be live. There we go. I'm live. Right. Okay, so I'll tell you what, for the replay crew, because no one's connected right now. I think I've tried 4 or 5 times to go live on Facebook tonight. And if you ever wanted a good reason to not put all your eggs in one basket, this is a perfect reason, okay? Facebook booted me off, and what do? 5 times I think they booted me off. They can't do a live tonight. So what do? I come over to YouTube live, and yeah, that's where we're at. So I wonder if I can share this stream. How do I do this? Oh, YouTube, you are missing out, missing a trick. I always think I could make these pieces of software so much better than like other pieces of software. Like, hang on, what's that? What's that? What's that? Oh, I can share it. There we go. I can share it. I'm going to share this. Here we go. Right, so that's my live sharing thing. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. I don't think Facebook is going to give that much love, though. I've posted it in the Facebook group so people can come find us. Hey, Frank. Hey, Simon. Good to see you. So, yeah. So I just posted that in the Facebook group, the live thing. But my guess is that Facebook do the very best to not give any organic reach to embedded links from YouTube lives. They are all very kind of naughty when it comes to stuff like that. Hey, Yazid, how you doing? How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? If you are in the UK, might not be the evening if you're not. How are we looking? How are we looking? Where are we at? Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me what we're doing. Tell me what we're up to. Steve says sound quality is better on this one. Okay, cool. Yazid's in Paris. So what's that? +1. What time is it over there? Is it 8:47? 7:47? What are we saying? Is it 8:47? Or is it 6:47? Is it one back? Was it same? I don't even know. I could look, but it's easier to ask you. Yeah, +1. So you're 8:47. Bedtime soon. Right, so talk to me, peeps. Hey, Stephen. We are back. We do not take L's. They can't hold us down. They try and knock us down, and we get back up again. We take the punch. Boom! Back up. Boom! Back up. Every time. No one can hold us down. Secret Soldiers, Secret World Project crew, back in the building. Right, so talk to me, peeps. What we're going to talk about tonight? What do you want to talk about? Right, Stephen wants to know more about the forthcoming Facebook training. What would you like to know, Stephen? What would you like to know? So I'll tell you a little bit off the top of my head. So when it comes to internet marketing, I always talk about adding value. If you add a little bit of value, you make a little bit of money. If you add a lot of value, you make a lot of money, right? So the more value you add into the marketplace, the more money you make. That's basically how it works. When you're, say, drop shipping from Amazon to eBay, so you're just kind of scraping margin, you know, you're adding 25% on it or whatever and selling it cross-platform, getting Amazon to fulfill it to eBay customers. That business model sucks, and it's got no margins in it because you're not adding any value. You're not really adding any value, but the only value you could argue is, you know, somebody wants to buy it on eBay and you're making that available on eBay. I mean, it's arguable how much value there is there, but there's some kind of value. Okay, so you get paid pennies because you do that, right? I take it to the next level. Say, let's say you create your own private label branded product, and you make that product different to everybody else's private label branded products. You know, you make it slightly better. You know, you tweak something. You know, maybe even it's just a color change, but that color change makes it more desirable because people like that color more, or something like that. You make a little tweak, you've added some kind of value. The value is little, but the value's there. So you're likely to make more money if you get it right from selling your own branded products than you are from scalping some margin on a drop shipping basis from eBay to Amazon cross-platform. Okay, so basically the more value you add, the more money you make. The ultimate value is in empowering, engaging, creating an audience and a community. If you can create a community based around a niche subject, So you choose a subject. It could be fishing, it could be golf, it could be playing the guitar, it could be internet marketing, it could be whatever you want it to be. So whatever you're interested in, you could create a niche community around that topic of interest. And you don't even have to make it as broad as golf. You could make it golfing on a budget, or golfing in the UK, or golfing on random football fields. I don't know. You can niche it down further, so you can make a sub niche of a broader niche. So you don't make a golf group, you make a littler group. Yeah. Now, what you're doing by doing that is Stephen's into goats, he says. What you're doing by doing that is you're adding value to the marketplace by the very fact that you've created a community for like-minded people to come in and hang out. It's almost like you're creating the local pub. So you create a pub where people can come and they can come have a drink and talk to like-minded people. So imagine if you've got two pubs. So I know it's a bit of a British example here, but bear with me. You've got two pubs. One pub is filled with gothic headbangers that like to torture animals. And I'm sorry, I'm not saying gothic headbangers like to torture animals, but let's just stick with the example. And the other pub is full of golf enthusiasts and you really like golf. Which pub you're going to want to spend your time in? You might go in that pub, but you'll probably leave pretty quick. You go in that pub, you're probably going to find some friends. And then you're going to end up hanging out in there and enjoying it and having a beer and meeting people and stuff. And you're going to go back to that pub and you're going to enjoy talking to the people. You're going to make friends and you're going to meet people. So you're adding value to people's lives there, right? So you're creating a community where people can come and talk. Now, there's certain things you can do based around that community that makes it a really engaging community. And some of that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to tell you how to pick the topic. So I've got, I think it's a 12-point checklist on how to choose the niche that you should create a Facebook group around. Okay, so there's a 12-point checklist, right? And it takes care of making sure you've not got the wrong kind of niche that you're going into, right? Once you've got the right niche, so you're creating your pub. You're creating your pub based around your niche topic. People come into your pub, and I'm going to show you how to get those first people to come into that pub. So this is called the grind phase. So there's a grind phase, right? And it's a phase whereby nobody's coming into your pub. You got to make a few things happen. You got to do a few things to get people into your pub. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to choose you how I'm going to show you how to decide what your niche category or niche topic will be about, your Facebook group will be about. I'm going to show you how to get the initial people into your Facebook group. I'm going to show you how to create content for them. I'm going to show you how to engage with them. I'm going to show you how to build a relationship with them the right way. And all the little intricate parts that go into making it up. Some people will go, well, I can do that. Okay, go try it. See what happens. You will just fail. Not everybody will, but 99% of people will fail because they'll do everything wrong that all the other Facebook group owners are doing, that have stagnant groups that never get beyond 100, 200, 300, 400 people, right? Because there's a few key things you need to do that nobody's talking about. Nobody's going to teach you outside of me because it's me. I've come up with these. This is not regurgitated nonsense from YouTube. This is me out of my head from the last few years. In fact, the last almost 20 years of running communities and monetizing communities. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to choose a topic. I'm going to show you how to set it up properly so it grows and doesn't die. I'm going to show you how to get the initial people into the group. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create content that engages that group. I'm going to show you how to do all kinds of bits I can't talk about outside of the course because I'm not going to give it all away for nothing, because then, I've got to look after the people that have bought the course. But there's all kinds of bits and bobs. It's the intricate parts that make it work, and that's what you can't learn elsewhere. And some people get it, most people don't, which is why very, very, very few groups explode. But the ones that do have a massive, massive, massive asset. They have a community. And once you've built that community about that niche topic and you've added value to their lives, you're likely to add a lot of value by the very fact that you're running the group. People look up to group owners because they're facilitating that community that they enjoy so much. So as long as you don't run it like a nest of vipers, like Star Wars Cantina, and you do a lot of things right and not a lot of things wrong, people will appreciate it. And right there, the value is added at that point. The very fact that you've created a community that they're willing to, that they're not just willing, they enjoy spending time in, and they get value out of, that right there is worth something to them. But you can also go one step further than that, and you can kind of do specific strategies to add even more value. So you move from just random Facebook group owner that they appreciate and like and know and trust to superstar. You know, and I'm not saying it's not for some ego trip, but they'll not just think, oh, good on you for opening this Facebook group. They'll think, good on you for opening this Facebook group. This Facebook group is so much better than every other Facebook group. And, you know, there's a process to that. There's a certain thing, a lot of things to do that to get there. But anyway, so basically, at some point, you don't have to put so much effort in. Once you've got past the grind phase, the Facebook group starts to take care of itself, and it starts to build itself, and the community and the audience grows on its own. It becomes organic, and Facebook starts to promote your group, and you continue to do some mild stuff. Your community will do some stuff, and it all starts to snowball. And before you know it, you've gone past the grind phase, which is the first, say, few hundred people, and that's the hardest bit to get out of. And then you get into these other phases, and I've identified 5 phases of growth in a Facebook group and how to appropriately kind of tackle each of those phases. So anyway, so basically, I'm going to show you how to choose the niche. I'm going to show you how to set it up properly, so it grows on its own eventually. I'm going to show you how to get the original and like first people. I'm going to show you the stuff that you've got to do or it'll fail. And you know, if you do it, you set yourself apart from 99% of the competition. Most people don't know this stuff. I'm going to show you how to create the content. And then I suppose most importantly, once you've got a thriving, bubbling community that's, you know, based around a niche topic, then I'm going to show you how to add massive value by solving their problems. So figuring out what problems they are, I'm going to show you how to figure those problems out, and then bringing them solutions for them problems. Now, you might say, oh, but I don't want to make a course. I don't want to sell a product. I don't want to create a sales letter. You don't have to. That's the beauty of this business model. I would advise against all that. I would advise you start with monetizing it with affiliate products. But again, just putting an affiliate link in a group isn't going to send you any sales. But if you follow a certain process that I break down and show you step by step, I'll even give you like words to use. So you'll be able to almost formulaically copy and paste my words, enter your own bits and bobs, you know, fill in the blank template type thing, and it will convert. So basically everything from start to finish of setting up a Facebook group, building a Facebook group, growing a Facebook group, doing everything the right way, till then it starts to generate traffic on its own, and it becomes a conversion monster at that point. And then how to plug monetization into that so you can sell again and again and again and again and again. And I think it would scare you if you realized how much money you could make from a Facebook group. Most people will never make any money from a Facebook group. Most people that with big groups are sitting on absolute gold mines. And I suppose there'd be nothing to stop you from really kind of doing some kind of partnership with them and kind of saying, look, I know how to monetize your audience. You know, can we do something about this? And maybe they'll jump on you with it or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, ultimately that's it. I don't know what else you want to know. If you've got any specific questions, I'll try and answer them. But that's kind of an overview of it. I don't know if I've made that sound very exciting, but I'm going to try and show you how to get to your first dollar profit within 30 days, which is a big ask, but I believe it's totally possible for everybody watching this. Earnings disclaimer, I'm not going to promise you a penny. And I'm going to try and help you get to $1,000 to $10,000 within 60 days. So that's the plan. I think some people will make it. I think some people will do what everyone does. Shiny object chase. They'll do nothing with the info. But ultimately, at the point whereby I give you all the tools you need, you know, ultimately it's down to you to make it happen. You know, some people do. Most people don't. That's the game. Hopefully you'll be a doer and not a dreamer. Right, let's see what we've got. So Stephen says he's into goats. Steve says bearded dragons. Ooh, sounds fun. Simon says, heard in another forum about eBay to Amazon drop shipping. Is that possible? I understand do it merchant fulfilled, but isn't it against Amazon terms? I don't think Amazon, I think it might Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly the specific Amazon terms. I know Amazon doesn't like that kind of stuff. But having said that, it doesn't mean that it doesn't go on. It doesn't mean that they're going to close your account down. But ultimately, it's not my current area of expertise. eBay sellers can be a bit like I got charged. I've obviously bought the new iPhone S Max. I keep doing that. I shouldn't show that photo. I bought the new iPhone S Max. I think, is it called S Max? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But I got that. And I bought this case off eBay. And on the listing, I swear it said $295. But you know what? Maybe it said $495. Whatever. It said $495 and free shipping. Anyway, I clicked it, one-click purchase, and it was like $495 plus $695 shipping. I'm like, what? So I've just paid 12 quid for this case, and Holly swears blind we've not even received it. So I tried to cancel it anyway because I thought I was getting free shipping. It says, oh, I've already sent it. It sent me a message 2 days later saying I've already sent it. I'm like, all right, great. I don't think he did already send it because we never received it. But yeah, very, very, very annoying. Imagine that happening for like Amazon customers. Wouldn't be too impressed, would they? Right, let's see what we've got. Paul says, what you're talking about sounds a little like Expert Secrets. I've only read up to about page 85 of Expert Secrets, Paul, and that was only recently. So I don't know if it's covered, but even if it is, it won't be covered on this level. Won't be covered on this level. So Stephen says, other Gothic headbanger pubs available. Love it. Blue Checker says, what's the link of your Facebook course? It's not ready yet, but you can go to, let me have a look. Let me get the link. Secret Wealth School. Get the link up for you. Here we go. You can go to this link to get added to the pre-launch list, okay? So YouTube doesn't like it when you put links on that send people away, but I've just put it up in the comments. So you can go to secretwealthschool.com/pre-launch list. I think that's it. Let me see. Pre-launch list, yeah. Add your email in there and you will get notified when I am launching, along with any other products that I launch in the future. I'm going to maintain that as my launch list. So it's just I'm not going to send a load of stuff out. I'm just going to basically try and stick to just mostly sending launch stuff out. So if I'm launching something, you'll get an email. If not, you probably won't. Right, let's see what else we're saying. Mr. FBA UK says, what is the Max like? Was thinking of Samsung Note. It's all right. It's very much like the old iPhone. It's no different, really. I'm not an Apple fanboy. I buy a lot of Apple products, way too many. Buy them all the time. And I think people wrongly assume that I'm some kind of Apple fanboy. I'm not. I'm just in the ecosystem, and it works really, really, really well. It's just like people don't get it when they're in the Android. When they're out of the Apple ecosystem, I understand you wouldn't miss it, but I'm in it. So like I'll do a video right now on my phone, and then I'll just click AirDrop and it'll come onto my MacBook, and then I can do what I want with it, upload it to YouTube, edit it, whatever, or vice versa. I could do the same that way. I could AirDrop it to wherever. I could AirDrop it to Beck to edit. So I do a video on my phone, AirDrop it with one click. There's no like apps or anything. It's just built into the iPhone. I AirDrop it to my computer, to my MacBook Pro, and then I AirDrop it to Beck's MacBook Pro. She edits it. She AirDrops it back to me. I upload it, or she can upload it, whatever. But it's just collaboratively, it just really works well. But ultimately, it's not very much different to every other iPhone before it. I wouldn't upgrade if I'd bought an iPhone 10. So definitely not. It does the face unlock thing, but whatever. I don't like the fact that it's got no home button. That kind of sucks. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't know about the Samsung Note. I've not looked at it. Every time I've tried to switch to Android, I've not enjoyed it. Really not enjoyed it. I've always been like, what have I done? So not going to do that again. Stephen Davis says, you mentioned in a Facebook post that the Facebook course would include a live element. Have you worked out what form this will take? Will it be a one-day event as per the info course day? So I don't want to give too much away, Stephen, and this might change before launch, but my current plan is it's going to be a 6-week masterclass video course with Facebook, private Facebook group access, and then obviously email support with the team. But the primary core will be in the bug basic package, and it won't be basic at all. It'll be heavy duty, but the basic package will be a 6-week course delivered via video. I think that's what I'm doing. I don't think I'm delivering it live. I think I'm delivering it via video, okay, with a Facebook group. So live 6-week video training modules, 6 of them, Facebook group access. And on the next package up, I think I'm going to do live weekly coaching calls, which will be a smaller group, and they'll be live and they'll be interactive. So we'll do video like this, and we'll discuss that week's content. So the let's call it, for want of a better word, the silver package, the first package, the cheaper package. None of them are going to be cheap. This is not cheap information because it's powerful. At the end of the day, if you can make 100 grand, and I'm not promising any income, I can't promise a penny, but if you can make 100 grand from a course, you're not going to care about paying 10 grand for it. In fact, if you can make 100 grand from a course pretty easily, you'll be happy to pay 20 or 30 grand for it. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be 10, 20 or 30 grand or anything crazy like that, but it's not going to be, it's not a $100 course, guys. It's just not. If it's going to be out your budget, it's out your budget. It's not your time. But ultimately, it's heavy duty. I'm going to hold you by the hand. I'm going to give you everything you need. So anyway, so there's going to be a silver package, which is going to be the cheapest one. Not cheap by any means. This is a premium course, premium information. I'm going to take you on a journey that's hopefully going to change your life. You don't get that for cheap because, I'm not cheap. So you shouldn't expect it to be cheap. And I know you don't. I know you do put your money where your mouth is. But for anyone watching this that expects a cheap course, it's not what this is. Go buy some Udemy course. But anyway, so we've got the silver package, which is the 6-week course with a Facebook group. So that's cool. Private Facebook group. That's cool. That's a great package. That alone will do everything you need it to do. But there's going to be a live element if you upgrade your package to, say, the gold package. The gold package will include probably, and again, this might be subject to change and it's not set in stone yet, but it'll probably include live weekly coaching calls. So it'll be a live thing where we can interact. So it'll be group thing, but there might be, 10 people in the group or 20 people in the group or something like that. I don't know, 5 people in the group. But it'll be a smaller group. So if you've got questions directly, you can ask me. I can take a look at your group if you want me to or not. It's up to you. You can keep it private, whatever. But I can hands-on, proper go in to your stuff and help you with your direct, specific questions. And you don't have to wait for an answer, or you don't have to get an answer relayed through someone else, or you don't have to post in the group and hope I see it and hope I respond in time. You'll have me on a weekly coaching call, and it'll be a bit more mentorship based. So you'll be able to, interact with me, be a bit more coaching and mentorship involved. And then at the end of that, there will be a live 1-day workshop whereby you come along and we go through some more stuff. So I might dive even deeper into some specifics, and go even more heavy duty. So you'll get everything you need to know in the main video course and the Facebook group. But if you want more live, want more me time, you'll upgrade to the next package up, which will be, like I say, more interactivity, smaller group, more intimate group, where you can be more I can be more hands-on with you live every week for the 6 weeks. And then we'll meet up in the UK and we'll get together and we'll do a live event, a live seminar, whereby we go even deeper into stuff. Okay. And then my intention is to record that. So if you take the upgraded package, so let's say the gold package, you take the upgraded package, but you're in the US or you're not able to come that day, that's okay, because we'll still do our best to record as much information as we can. So you'll get access to the recordings. And if you turn up on the day, you'll get access to the recordings for free also. So that's my current plan. There might be a third option, but I don't know. That will likely be something like, come chill out with me at my house for a weekend or something. Come to Dubai with me. I don't know. I have not even thought about that. But there'll be the 2 main packages, silver, gold, or whatever we call it, gold, platinum, I don't know. So hopefully that tells you a little bit more. Paul says, question, how do you manage your time? I find managing my time is the hardest thing to do. It is, Paul. It is. It is. I could give you all kinds of little techniques and tricks that I've read about and learned about and stuff over the years, but ultimately, you've just got to want this more than anything else. You know, I could be watching Netflix right now. I could be watching some cats fall off sofas on Facebook. I could be playing patty cake with Holly. I could be doing whatever. And you might say, well, there's 20 people on this live, Matt. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you spending your evening with us? Because ultimately, I choose to put my business before everything else, which means other people that aren't willing to do that might have X amount of hours in a day, and I have X amount times 2 or 3. You know, ultimately, you just got to, if you want it more than you want to breathe, then you're going to put the time in. Even if that means there's only 20 people on a live and you're doing it for 20 people, that's just the game. You know, ultimately, do you want it bad enough? If you want it bad enough, you'll do that rather than Netflix. You'll do that rather than go drinking with your pals. You'll do that rather than do something else. Ultimately, you've got to decide how you're going to use your time, and to manage your time most appropriately for business, it means sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice some time probably, but go find some list, like, oh, I create a list before I get to bed, and then I attack the list. I choose the one thing that's going to move me forward. There's all kinds of bits and bobs you can do, but ultimately, you got to want this more than you want anything else. And that's the bottom line. You got to be willing to sacrifice your free time for a period of time. You know, spend 5 years, spend 10 years doing something, see where it gets you. Chances are, if you do the same thing for 5-10 years, you're going to A, master it. You're going to B, start to get massive results from it. Most people quit too soon. Just move forward every day. I liked what Jay said to me. He said when he was doing his Shopify thing, he's just trying to learn something new every day. He said, learn something new every day and implement it. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Move forward every day, learn something new every day, and just keep going forwards. Sophia UK, which I imagine Luke, says, I found that issues with face look thing, if you swipe at the same time, you lose all your notifications on the screen. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Kermere says, there no money, look up bills of exchange, etc. 1882. This is just numbers on a computer. Hey, I know. I think it was Alan Greenspan in the 70s in the US. I think it was the 70s, late 70s, mid 70s, something like that. Detached gold from fiat currency. So once upon a time, there had to be a certain amount of gold in a vault somewhere in a bank that backed up the currency in circulation. And I think it was the 70s. Alan Greenspan said, "You don't need to do that anymore. We don't need to keep that gold so much in there to back up this currency. So don't worry about it. We'll just make more of this and forget about that." And then obviously that's kind of how it went. And now there's not even any of this stuff to back up the numbers on the screen. There's just numbers on a screen. So you're not telling me anything I don't know. And I agree. Money is just numbers on a screen. But here's something I'll throw back at you, right? When you want food tonight, let's say you've got nothing in your fridge and you want some food. Are you going to go hunting or foraging? You know, gathering? Are you going to go find some nuts, some berries, some apples? Are you going to go kill a squirrel and eat it? Or are you going to go to Asda, Walmart, wherever, and go buy some food? What are you going to buy it with? You're going to buy it with those numbers on a screen, aren't you? So ultimately, you could say, yeah, there's no money. It's just numbers on a screen. But those numbers are value because I will do things for you for those numbers. You know, if you said, Matt, will you massage my feet for 10 minutes for $1,000? I mean, maybe I say no for $1,000, but I'm definitely going to do it for some figure. That might be 100 grand. It might be $1 million. I don't know. Might be 35 quid. I might quite enjoy the idea. But at some point, you're going to find my price and I'll say, yep, I'll massage your feet for X amount. So it's got value. It's stored value and it's a way of transmitting that value. So I can see I turned off a load of people. Gone from about 18 viewers to 15 viewers talking about massaging feet. Simon Moore says, will you be using ads and retargeting, etc. on course to build group? I'm not going to tell you too much about what I'm going to do on the course until you're on the course, Si. So you'll have to see. But there is some interesting Facebook group changes coming. Facebook's going to allow you to, I think they are rolling it out right now and testing it in certain groups, but they're going to allow you to pixel groups. So you're going to be able to create an audience from that pixel and then advertise to that audience, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, Facebook's definitely got its eyes on groups. So now is the time to build. Make hay while the sun shines. And when the changes come, you'll be very well placed in a good position to be able to leverage those changes. Stephen Davies says, I'm in for the Platinum Plus level course. Love it, mate. Friendly White Guy says, some people like feet. Absolutely. No Zero says, what's the best business model to replace a full-time job? There is no such thing as a best business model, No Zero. The best business model is all down to you. And that's the truth of it. The best business model is down to you. So if I spent 5 minutes chatting to you and understood what you are, what makes you you, how you think, how you tick, what your level of capital is, what your level of experience is, what you like doing, what you don't like doing, I could tell you exactly what you should be doing. Exactly. And I would not get it wrong. It would be right. But not knowing you, who knows? Some people really like physical products businesses. Some people prefer information. Some people prefer software. Ultimately, it's down to you. I have a strong preference for digital product businesses, whether that's info products, whether that is software products, services, even online services. You know, I like stuff that I don't have to buy inventory for, because then I don't have to have anything else in my garage, and Holly does not give me a hard time. I can tell I'm still ill. Can you hear my voice going as we speak? And I'm on antibiotics as well. I'm actually on antibiotics right now. I'm about to finish my course tomorrow. I've got one more tablet to take tonight, I think it is, and then one in the morning, then I'm done, and I should be better. And Holly's got the same amount of tablets because she went at the same time and they gave her the same antibiotics, different doctors and everything. No Zero says, now that was what I call $1 million massage. Absolutely. FPA UK says, what is the course for? Facebook group training. Yes, Facebook group marketing on steroids like you've never seen it done before. 6-figure, 7-figure Facebook groups is the plan. I'm going to ask, is it worth me joining if I already have a semi-established group and YouTube? It's more important you join than anybody else, because you've proved to yourself that you're actually going to do this. And when you say a semi-established group, my guess is your group may have fall into the 300, 400, 500 person Facebook group that I talk about. And you might struggle to get past that point. Well, you need this more than anyone, because there's a few bits and bobs that you're missing probably that I can fix for you. You know, so that's that. So I think you'll get huge value from it. If you've already got a group, you understand the power of them. But you've got a few sticking points, or you need somebody to break through those sticking points. I believe I am the man that will help you do that. I'm not worried about people like you that have already got a group and are struggling to maybe leverage it as well as you could. I'm worried about the people, not worried about them. I worry that people don't put enough effort into things. So I'm not worried about you. You've already started. I'm worried about the people that don't do anything with it. They bother me. I don't stay awake at night thinking about them, but they bother me. I just think, like, come on, do something. Do something. You know, do it. You've got the plan. You've got the plan. Just follow it. You'll make a lot of money. People struggle with that. That upsets me, for them, not for me. I carry on doing my thing, whether they do it or not. But ultimately, you don't get no results if you don't take no action. But I know there are good chunk of people in this group that take a lot of action, and I applaud that and commend that, and it's amazing. And then there's some that just never seem to really do anything, and that frustrates me. ultimately it's their journey, and they're welcome to look at this business model. They're welcome not to do it if they want to. That's fine. But ultimately, if you think it's good and if you buy into it like I think you should, and if you see the value in it like I think you should, then do it. Do it. Because honestly, come Q1, when all your Amazon sales slow down, it's time to automate that business. Put that on the back burner. Time to step up to something else. OA can be automated now, guys. It can be automated. You don't need to do anything anymore. You know, get it automated. Share some of the spoils of war whilst automating it, and start doing something else. Facebook groups is great because you don't need to create a product. You don't need to anybody that you can use Facebook can do this. You don't need to be on video. You don't need to be a face of it if you don't want to be. If you're willing to be, it can be a big advantage, but you don't need to. You know, ultimately, if you can write on Facebook, you can do this. So I'm really excited. There's not a lot of money to invest or anything like that. Facebook groups are free. Just click start group, create group. The button is create group. You give it a name, give it a description and stuff. Now the secret is to do all this stuff properly and a lot of other stuff. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy. It's easy if you know how, and it's terribly hard if you don't. But ultimately, it's cheap to start, as in free. You go create group, done. Do you know what I mean? And then it's just the hustle after that. Null Zero says, I can do copywriting. Good on you, Null Zero. I've made 2 parts of my copywriting course. I was just about to get stuck into the 3rd part and make it really heavy duty and amazing and really do this, do that, hands-on. You know, I'd got the wishy-washy kind of theory and piff-paff out of the way, and I was ready to go into it, and nobody's really watched it. I'm like, look, I just want 75 thumbs up, 50 comments on this video, and I'll make the next one. I don't think I've had enough views to get 75 thumbs up. Do you know what I mean? Like, so ultimately, if people don't want it, I ain't gonna do it. But you're missing a trick. You know what? I've heard Russell Brunson talk about copywriting on one of his videos in the last 2 weeks. I've heard, I think it was, I don't know if it's Gary V. I'm hearing all these big boys say, "Oh yeah, copywriting is important. Copywriting is important." I come in here and say copywriting is important. I'm going to create a free course. I can't even get 50 likes on a video. Nobody's interested. That frustrates the hell out of me because I know what you guys need. And people go, "Oh, Matt, you're such a good salesman. Oh, you're so good at selling. You're so good at this. And how do you think I am? I wasn't a natural born salesperson. I learned it. You know, I practiced it. I honed my craft, you know. So it's frustrating to me when I see people not willing to put the effort in to learn copywriting. So good on you, Null Zero, for learning. Sujit says, Matt, what is the best way to reach out to you? It depends what you want, Sujit. Add yourself to the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group. That can be a good way. Send us a PM. The team will get it. I won't get it, but if it's really important or something, they will ask me, and I will respond through them probably. Or you can send us an email to support@secretwealthproject.com. Again, they will get it. Or you can go to secretwealthsupport.com and open a ticket or a live chat Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 UK time. Again, the team will get all of those things. If you want to spend some time with me, if you want to reach out to me, as in actually spend some time with me, go to mattwebley.com. My rates are on there. They might make your eyes water. I am no longer cheap. But I am happy to do the odd thing for a very, very, very good price if it makes sense for me and you. But ultimately, I'm done selling my time so cheap. People were getting like, I was selling my time for $1,000 a day because they enjoyed it. Just enjoyed it. Those days are behind us, peeps. Ultimately, I've got to do what I do. So yeah, make your eyes water when you see my rates. Go take a look. Go to mattwebley.com and take a look. Talk about somebody trying to put people off and only wanting serious players to come in. Stephen says we are interested in copywriting. No, Stephen, no. You are incorrect, my friend. You are interested in copywriting. I am interested in copywriting. We are not interested in copywriting. The audience that we currently have do not seem to be interested enough in copywriting. It's a shame, but it is what it is. So I'm not saying I'll give up on it, but I'm gonna stick to that thing. If it doesn't get the engagement that I asked for, I'm not gonna do part 3. No, because people didn't want it bad enough. That might seem a bit terrible, but No Zero says, thanks, Matt, for your channel. Your story is inspiring. Cheers, buddy. Is that Luke laughing at 5 to 6K sesh? I can't even remember what my prices are I've listed in there. They make your eyes water. Let's have a look. Have a look. Work with Matt. Cool. Right. Prob 3. Guess again. Anyway, what do we want to talk? Do we want to talk? Shall we call it night for tonight? All 15 superstars that are on here. Who's here? Tell me. Just give me a comment. Drop me a comment. Who's there? Give me a comment. Currently, Mr. FBA UK, if you want to purchase a day of my time, and I'm not saying these prices won't change, but right now, if you want to buy my time, as busy as I am, it's £12,000 plus VAT per day. If you want to buy a day of my time. If you want to buy an hour of my time one-on-one, it's £2,000 plus VAT per hour right now, because I'm too busy. So when people can ask me anything on a live like this, I'll answer anything. Like I've not ducked any questions. I just think you're a maniac. Maniac's not to ask me. But hey ho. Sounds cheap. Wow. It's not cheap. I'm not cheap. I've been too cheap because I enjoy it. And I do enjoy it, and I will do the odd one cheap. If somebody reached out to me and said, Matt, look, I can't afford 12 grand for a day, but I want to learn this. I respect what you do, blah, blah, blah. Can we do a deal? I'll probably do a deal, because I do enjoy it. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy meeting I love the one-on-one, not the one-on-one. I love the live stuff more than anything. So I will do it, but ultimately I'm busy. You reach out to me and say, I want to learn online arbitrage and expect to pay me £1,000 to do that. Like, I'm just not interested, I'm busy, too busy with my own thing. But if you want to give me 12 grand plus VAT for a day, you got me. You got me. I'll even massage your feet. Well, heck. No, but joking aside, you got me. You give me 12 grand for a day, you've got me. But if you want to learn arbitrage for £1,000, ain't happening no more. Those days are behind us. Friendly White Guy says, I think a lot of people don't know what copywriting is. I agree. They think it's relating to trademarking. Yeah, you might be right there. Yeah, I always thought, what is that? It's like copyright, because you see it on the bottom of websites. Do we get a discount for a week? Yes, you do. You can have me. Let me have a look. Mentorship. My current mentorship prices, and again, these are subject to change. So don't be all like, oh, you've changed your price, you've dropped your price. This is my price right now. I'm busy with my own thing. So right now, these are my prices. You could get me cheaper, maybe at another time of year when I'm like, I want to meet some people, I want to do some stuff. But right now, these are my prices. Coaching and one-to-one mentoring. So as much as me as you need, £48,000 plus VAT for the year, or a percentage of the business. If you think I'm making these rates up, go to mattwebley.com, scroll down to, click on Work with Matt, and you'll see them there in black and white. If you want to buy my time, I don't exchange time for money. I exchange time for money when I'm doing these one-day intensives because I enjoy it. I don't exchange time for money. If you want me and you want to pay me money for my time, there's my prices. So, yeah. Anyway. Fair. Mr. FBA UK says that's fair. Yeah. So percentage of the business, or 48 grand plus VAT. Because I know if you work with me for a year, one-on-one, and you could pick up the phone anytime you want, you can get me as much as you need to, ask me anything you want, and I work with you almost like a partner, then I either want part of the business or I want a good chunk of money to do it. Simple as that. Because ultimately, if I charge 50 grand, but you go and make 250 grand. That was the best money you ever spent. You know. FBA UK says, what's the percentage? I like that idea. It's negotiable. Ultimately, come to me with the what you want to do, what you've done so far, what you've got. And if you come to me and say, oh, just teach me how to do X, Y, Z, I've got no money, I've got no experience, but I'll give you a percentage of the business, I'll laugh you out the room. But if you come to me and say, look, I've got, I don't know, 30 grand to set up this new business, here's proof of my earnings, like here's my proof of my capital or whatever, this is what I'm going to do, this is where I want you to add value to it, and I'll give you a percentage of the business. Now then we're talking, you know. And it doesn't need to be money, just, you know, or if you say, look, I've made X amount, I've made 50 grand this year, but I want to make it 150 grand next year. You know, I'm willing to give you a part of my business, but, you know, help me grow this thing. You know, they're the kind of conversations I'd have. But ultimately, I'm too busy. I'm doing my own thing. So I ain't cheap no more. I was cheap because I enjoyed it. Well, at some point, you got to put food on the table before you put enjoyment. So I still do the odd bit. What I was thinking about doing is maybe doing one a month where I do it for like £1,000. You know, like one day intensive for £1,000 once a month for one person, just because I do enjoy it. So that'd be 12. And I know it's not charitable at that price, but at the same time, if you're looking at my current rates of 12 grand plus VAT per day, having a grand day with me is charitable. It's not charitable, but it's cheap. It's really cheap. It's me being nice. It's me enjoying it. And I do enjoy them. Love meeting people, love hearing stories, love trying to solve problems, love trying to help people. So like I'm thinking about doing one a month, just to kind of get out of the house, meet people, enjoy it. You know, I met Karen through a one-day intensive. Now we're business partners and we're doing big things together. We're going to do massive things in the future. It's amazing. So like, you know, I love that. Simon's still here. Simon says, how do you plan for holidays when you're so busy so you can switch off and relax on holiday? Simon, I'm going on a Caribbean cruise at the end of this month. So it's a good time to ask me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and I've already planned it. So I'm not going to turn off. I don't like to switch off. I don't want to switch off. I can't switch off. I'm a bit excited on holiday because I've planned it. So I'm going to launch the Facebook group marketing course, the 7-figure Facebook, codename 7-figure Facebook groups course, whilst I'm floating around in the Caribbean. So I'm going to launch it, and the launch window is going to be whilst I'm in the Caribbean, I think, which would be cool. Floating around on a boat with my kid and my dad and Holly. You know, that'd be cool. Because I launched the last thing while I was in Dubai in February. And I enjoyed being in Dubai with the launch happening. So I'm going to do the same, I think, on the Caribbean cruise, which is cool. Friendly white guy says, hey, when will you make your next video with the ginger dude? I guess that's Lewis, the ginger dude. That'll be probably next year. Because he's busy now. It's Q4. He's busy. So we're not going to be doing no more. He's not going to be doing no more live events until next year, he says. So maybe February or something like that. February, March. So 4, 5, 6 months away, something like that. I missed one. What did someone said something? Null Zero says, what are your favorite books? My favorite books, I don't know. But the book that stands out as you must go and read it, I think, is Think and Grow Rich. Karen's actually got a story from Think and Grow Rich. I hope she shares it one day because it's a really cool story. And I didn't know this story, and it's kind of about me. I don't know if she wants to share it or what, but she shared it with me on a one-day intensive a couple of months back, and I was like, whoa! Think and Grow Rich. She only made it to chapter 2 and it changed her life. And I think Think and Grow Rich is just one of them books that is an essential if you're in our position trying to build a future for yourself in your own business. By Napoleon Hill. timeless classic. Everybody's heard of it. You might have even read it, but yeah. Richest Man in Babylon. I have read. I don't know if I finished it. I've got it. I've read a good chunk of it, but I don't think I finished it. I've got this terrible tendency to start books and not finish them because I get too busy. FBA UK says, how much trouble did you two get into when you last met? Me and Lewis didn't get into any trouble together. Lewis usually gets tired and goes to bed, and then I get into trouble with whatever stragglers are left. And yeah, we got into some Terminal 2 trouble again. It was funny. I put some videos. I don't know if I put them in here. I don't know if I put them on the Facebook group, but yeah, some woman, I don't know if she got off a plane. She was wearing all white, if I remember right. She got off this plane, and I could tell she was a bit of a drama queen. She started pacing up and down and stuff, and she was clearly trying to get attention. And she got it, and she stood there, and we didn't know she was cold, but one of her, can I say butt cheeks? One of her like butt cheeks was vibrating on its own, like a twerk, but like just one of them vibrating like this. And you don't see it on camera. When I was live, I think, or video, and like you don't see it on camera, but it's moving, just this one butt cheek, and we're like, what's this? And I don't think anyone picked that up what we're looking at, but it was like vibrating. And then she heard us talk about a vibrating butt cheek, and she started saying stuff to us, and we're like, I don't know. But it was funny. It's always funny in Terminal 2. Mr. FBA UK says, do you think of launching courses when Q4 is in full swing, say November, so people have great cash flow? No. If anything, launching in Q4s will hurt my launch, because they're going to want the money for the Q4 products. I understand that, but ultimately, if they're in that position, then it's not the right time for them. And I'm done, right? There's something I've learned, and this is a little gold nugget for anyone that's stayed on this far. Something I've learned is stop trying to time stuff, right? You could go, oh, we'll launch it then, or we'll do this then, or we'll do that then, or this will clash with that, so we won't do it. If you try and time stuff, it never goes the way you want it to. So, for example, and this is not a perfect example, but if you know the Christmas meal, the Secret Wealth Project free-ish Christmas meal we're doing, you know, I could have put a post in the group and said, when do you think's the best weekend to do this? And I'd have got loads of people saying this weekend, right? And then I probably would have found a weekend that suited most people. I'd have booked that weekend, and almost guarantee most of the people that said that weekend was perfect would not have come to the Christmas meal. So I didn't do that. What I did is I went, right, this is the date. This is when it is. This is how much it is. This is where it is. Blah, blah, blah. This is what you get. Who's coming? And I got people that come in, and some people won't be able to. Some people will. But we did that. We did that ask everyone thing with the summer shindig. Nobody almost that suggested the date ended up coming. And it's the same with property, right? If you think, oh, I won't buy this property because what if there's a property crash next year? You know, I've waited years for property crashes and economy crashes and stuff, and they don't come. And then the moment you stop waiting, it crashes. Like, I think there's no point timing stuff, because, like, for example, launch my course in October, right? You could go, oh yeah, but Q4's here. People are going to need the money for stock. Yeah, some will. But then what do I do? So I wait till after Christmas. Well, then people are spent up because Christmas, you know, they spent all the money on Christmas. You know, so then they spent up. So then, you know, so you go, right, okay, everybody's spent up. They're paying off credit cards and paying off Christmas and stuff till February. You know, so then all of a sudden you've rolled it from now, October to April next year, when bank holiday comes and everyone starts getting on top of Christmas. You know, and then they spend the money on bank holiday instead. Ultimately, there's no perfect time. The perfect time is now. Never put off something till tomorrow that you can do today. Perfect timing is right now. It won't be right for some people, but that's fine. They'll miss out. That's it. Wasn't their time. And the people that it is the right time for, or that they see the value in it, will go, you know what? I could spend this X amount on stock, or I could put this I could invest in this in my future. And come Q1, the people that go, I'm going to invest in this course now and start building it now. Come Q1, the people crying that there's no stock, there's no sales, there's no this Q1, or they'll be laughing. The people that start building the Facebook group will be laughing because that'll start kicking in Q1. Because that's not time-based, you know, unless you go for something like time-based. Sorry, long answer. Thanks for the questions, by the way, guys. Listen to the audio book last week, 4 hours long. Ooh, that might be the way to listen. That might be it. I might listen to it. That might be the way to do it. I think last year for Christmas Ting was the same. You're right. I gave up on timing too. The best time to do anything is right now. Grant Cardone says that, does he? Yeah, it is. It is true. Like, you know, experience tells you. Time in business just tells you. It's like you can wait for stuff. You can go, oh no, this is the perfect time. This is then. Just get it done. Get it done. You win some, you lose some. You know, ultimately get it done. There's no right time. Just do it. That's my advice. And clearly, it's Grant Cardone, who is going to be a billionaire probably soon. It's his advice too. So he's got a bit of an head start on me. He's had another 20 years at this game than me. Not 20 years. Is it 20 years? Yeah, probably not far off 20 years. In fact, it's probably a little bit longer. Let's see where I'm in 20 years. Let's see if I'm buying jets, eh? We'll see. Right, anyone else got anything to say? Or I'll wrap this up because it's been an hour. Plus the other ones that were on Facebook Live. Anyone else got anything they want to talk about? I don't think I'm going to keep this because I don't think anyone would want to watch it. I won't want to waste anyone's time. So I think I'm going to end this and just accept it was an interactive thing for you guys. Anyone want to say anything? Ask me anything just before we go? Or is that it? We all happy? 12 grand a day, Matt. And no one's got any questions for him. Good night. Is that Luke? Is it Luke? I'll find out. No one. Is it Luke? Friendly white guy says, oh, nice one, Luke. I'm glad you're coming to the Christmas thing, mate, because I feel like, I don't know, you disappeared. Like, we were like best buddies this time last year, and then you like disappeared. I know you do your own thing and life gets busy and stuff. Not really spent much time talking to you and stuff, but I mean, I never know when people go quiet, if they're busy doing stuff, if they're gonna if they're secret haters. I don't, and you never know, you know. But ultimately, I've always liked you, Luke. I've always thought you're a cool dude. And if things hadn't have been, no, it's not. No apologies needed. Don't worry. I am as much to blame. If things hadn't have been, if things hadn't have gone the way they had with stuff, then you and me would have been doing more stuff together anyway. And you know that. Like, I hope you know that anyway. And I hope you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, always open to future projects and chatting about stuff. And I like you, Luke. It's a shame that we spent a year not talking, but I'm glad you're coming. I'm glad you're coming to the Secret Wealth Project Christmas meal. It'd be good to see you there again, because you are ledge. I'm not one to worry. Okay. Nick Humphrey says, "Can we pre-reserve the course, Matt?" Not currently, because I have no payment link available. And I think without me properly explaining what people get, people might not understand the value in it. So I think I need to wait until I've explained the value before I tell people the price. That's, some of you will be like, oh, it's expensive then. No, but ultimately, like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. If you didn't know what a Bentley was, you wouldn't be willing to spend 200 grand on a Bentley, would you? You know, you got to know what a Bentley is before you'll spend 200 grand on it. It's not going to be 200 grand, don't worry. Good night, Carol from California. Thanks for the chat, Chuck. Nice to see you on. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you've enjoyed hanging out. Luke says, know the bigger picture. Yeah, absolutely, buddy, absolutely. After the Facebook group, what have you got for us on the horizon? Stephen says, all kinds of stuff, Stephen. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. But we've got a journey to go till then. Simon says, do you think you will release a book in the next 5 years? Good question, Simon. I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. If I had more time, I'd start writing one now. I just not got enough time to do what I'm doing. Once I'm a bit further down the road, I'll 100% release some books or a book. Yeah, I'd love to. Right, thanks for joining me, guys. I'm going to shoot off. I appreciate you guys that hung out with me. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully some of you have enjoyed it. Sorry if there's not been a whole lot of value. It is what it is. Do I upload this? Do I let other people watch it, or should I just delete it and let it be our little secret moment? What are we saying? You tell me. I'm kind of losing my voice. I can tell I'm still ill. Steven says upload it. Friendly white guy says slanty face like that. I don't know if that's laughing or on the toilet struggling. He says leave it up. Okay, 2 votes for leave it up. Okay, I might do that then. I might just title it something like Matt Hangout, no content, do not watch. And then see what happens. Right, thanks for joining me, guys. Do appreciate your company and your attention. There's not been many of you, but I appreciate you more than you'd ever know, the ones that have. And we're going to do big things together. The Secret Wealth Project Feast of 2027 is still scheduled. It's going to be millionaires only. You will have to have become a millionaire from the Secret Wealth Project, or whilst you have been sharing your journey with the Secret Wealth Project at least, to join us for that meal. But in 2027, we're going to get 100 millionaires around the table. We're going to have a feast. And if robots can serve us by them, the robots will serve us. And if not, then we'll just get normal people to serve us. But we will have a feast in 2027, and we will have 100 millionaires, new millionaires created from the Secret Wealth Project at that feast. Stephen Davis says, I think the Facebook problems caused some people to switch off. Otherwise, there would have been more of us taking part. Yeah, no worries, Stephen. It's all right. Ultimately, it's your night too. Just because I'm doing this doesn't mean everybody has to watch me. But right, thanks for joining me anyway. Thanks for interacting, those that have. Nice to chat to you, Luke, Stephen, Friendly White Guy, Simon, Carol, Nick. Who else have we had in here lately in the last bit? No, Zero, Simon, Sujit, and anybody else that's still in here. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers, Simon. Appreciate it. And I won't give you a vegan if I will. Oh, look at that vegan arms. That's called no muscles. No muscle vegans. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for chatting. It's been nice. Cheers. Bye.